Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Angela. Now today's video is going to be a little bit of a story time video. So I just got back from my Euro trip. I spent around 3 weeks there with my family. We did go to France for around a week, I'd say, like 8 or 9 days, so a little bit over a week. We did lots of shopping in Paris, which I do have a couple of shopping vlogs if you guys are interested. But in today's video, we're talking about the highlight of my vacation in Paris, and that is the title of this video. Me and my family have a huge love for Louis Vuitton. We have been wearing the brand for the longest time. I don't even remember the first time my mom bought her Louis Vuitton bag, so it kind of started with, I think, her mom or my grandma's mom. And we've been numerous times to Paris. It is like our go-to because my parents live near Amsterdam in the Netherlands, so they do go quite frequently to Paris, I would say, for like maybe a weekend trip, or they would just go out there to go shopping. And when we go to Paris, we do always go to the Louis Vuitton store. We do have an essay over at the Champs-Élysées flagship store, and then my mom came up with the idea of like, hey, let's go to the Louis Vuitton museum. You know, we love Louis Vuitton. There's also, I think, the Dior house, the Dior museum. But because we have such a big love for Louis Vuitton, let's just go there. I googled Louis Vuitton museum, Louis Vuitton house. And again, guys, this is all in French. I do not speak French. I took French in high school, which was many years ago, so I don't really speak French anymore. But when I googled it, I think the first thing I did was like Louis Vuitton house, because my mom said that the museum was a house, and I was like, okay, I'll just Google that. So then I came across La Galerie Louis Vuitton, and then I thought, okay, well, this is it, you know. I got the address, I typed it on Uber, and we ordered an Uber to go to the place. And yeah, it was very normal. We got into the car, and then the Uber driver said like the maison or like Louis Vuitton house, whatever, all in French, guys, again. We were like, okay, cool, yeah, let's go, you know. Like even the guy he didn't sound like weird or anything. We just thought like this is just a normal place where people go to visit the Louis Vuitton museum. So we got near the place, and I saw like on the maps that we're already like approaching like the pinpoint, right? So I do see the street name. It is called Louis Vuitton. I thought that was so cool. But then we go into this little like alleyway, and then there was this really big green closed off gate, but we didn't really see like signs or anything that said Louis Vuitton house or Louis Vuitton museum, and we were so confused. But then the Uber driver was like, yeah, this is the place, guys. And then we were like, okay. He was like, you know, a little bit pushy, so then we just got out. And then I spoke to a lady on the street, and then I asked her, where can I find the Louis Vuitton house? And then she said something with gate and a grain in French. So I was like, oh, okay, merci. And then we walked to the green gate, and you did already see a little bit of the house, and I do recognize it from photos that I saw online. So I was like, I think this is it, right? But it was so weird because it was a very closed off gate. It was like super tall. There was no Louis Vuitton sign or anything. So there was like a little intercom there, and then I just rang the bell, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens, guys. And then I hear this guy speaking in French, and I was like, oh, excuse me, do you speak English? So we're here to visit the Louis Vuitton house or the Louis Vuitton museum. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, can you open the gate? And then he was, okay, I opened the gate. And then we hear the bell again, and it was like, and then the door of the gate went open, right? So we go through the gate, and then we come in this beautiful courtyard. It was so pretty, super French, colonial, very epic. Immediately, I started taking like videos and photos because I was already planning to vlog the whole museum. So I forgot to tell you guys that as soon as we got in, there was like no one. There were no guests. There were no like tourist. So, but then as I was taking videos, this lady comes out of the front door and she's just smiling, and I was still filming. So then I stopped like filming. She was like smiling. She was really sweet. Like, I did get a picture with her. I will put it up on the screen, of course. And then we walked up to her and we were like, oh, hi, we're here to see the Louis Vuitton house. And she was like, oh, where are you guys from? And we were like, we're from the Netherlands. And she was like, oh, I didn't expect any guests today, and it is private property. She said like, I'm so sorry, but this is actually private property. And we were like, oh my goodness, we're so sorry. We did not, you know, plan to just like ambush and, you know, like come here. And she was, oh, no, you guys can totally stay, and I'll give you a little tour inside the house, and yeah, you guys can just come in. And we were like, oh my goodness, what is happening? Are we getting like a private tour in the house where Louis Vuitton lived? And correct, that is what she did for us. And we had no idea that she was gonna do this, because again, we felt really bad for just showing up there. Usually they have guests from different Louis Vuitton teams all over the world, and sometimes they have like magazines or they have photo shoots with artists and models. And she was like, you guys are so lucky, because I'm actually going on my vacation tomorrow. And she's usually the person that takes care of the house, welcomes the guests if she has guests coming over from Louis Vuitton from other countries. So we were very, very honored. So when you come in, you do have like the stairs, and it has some of the suitcases, the trunks, the LV trunks, and then you walk in and then you have the dining room first. So it has the long dining table. As soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, excuse me, are you okay if I take some photos and videos? And she was like, oh my gosh, go ahead, like take all the photos and videos that you want. And I was like, oh my gosh, this lady is so sweet. And then from the dining room, we walk into the living room, and the living room is just so gorgeous. At this point, me and my parents, we were very like nervous, and we kind of felt like out of place in a way, because we weren't supposed to be there. But then the lady is so sweet, and then she offered us tea or coffee, and we said no. And like, I really regret it, because I definitely would have wanted like some tea. Maybe we would get it in like a cute little Louis Vuitton cup or whatever. But I think because we were so nervous and we kind of felt like out of place, we arrived in the living room, and she showed us this little table that had all the family photos. And then she told us a little bit of the history. This is Louis, and actually they had a picture of him when he was young, but she said that this is not a real picture. This is something that they think he would have looked like when he was younger, because they only had real photos of when he was older. And she said that back in the days when he was younger, they didn't have any cameras yet, so they don't have an actual photograph of Louis Vuitton when he was young. So all of the furniture, all of the design is new, except for the ceiling, I believe she told me, but I still got that very old Renaissance vibe, and I just loved it. I'm like a big sucker for old Renaissance like decor and just like interior. I just really love it, and it is one of the things that I really love about Paris, because it really makes you feel like you're back in the 1920s, you know what I mean? And it's one of my favorite eras of all time. So I was just super like starstruck when I got there. I was just taking photos. I was going to use my vlog camera, but I think because I got so nervous and I didn't want to mess up the shots, I was just like, you know what, I'll just use my phone. The lady was super sweet. I am so sad that I didn't get her name or her phone number. I think I just really felt like I didn't want to stay too long there, because I didn't want to just take her time, and she was gonna go out for a trip and she probably had to do some packing. So I was like, I am just so thankful and honored for the opportunity to be here, just because it is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I am just so grateful and thankful that it happened, and I will cherish it forever. But also at the same time, huge shout out to this lady. I love her. I think she's super sweet. And it was really funny because we were only gonna spend like, I don't know, 10 minutes there. We didn't want to stay for too long, and I think we actually ended up staying for a good hour, which is crazy. We were just talking to the lady, and she was so sweet. And then she was also saying that outside the house, like the little workshop where they make the trunks, they still make the trunks. Yeah, that used to be Louis Vuitton's workshop where he actually made stuff. And it is just, the history of Louis Vuitton is really what we love about the brand. And the one thing that she said that I'll never forget is that she said that Louis Vuitton is a family business. It's a family brand. It is a huge brand today, but it started as a family business, and it's all about people. It's all about relationships, and I love that so much. It made me fall in love with the brand even more, but oh my gosh, it was just this whole experience, you guys. I can't believe that we got like a little private tour of this lady in the Louis Vuitton house. After we spent about an hour inside the house, we went outside, we took some photos outside, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful house, and it's just so historical. I love that it's still private property and that they didn't turn that into a museum, because then everyone could go there, and this is still very private and exclusive, and that's why we feel so grateful and honored that we got a little private tour there with the beautiful and sweet lady. So that is the story time for today, you guys, and it is honestly the biggest highlight of my vacation in Paris. It literally set the tone. I think this was only like the first day we arrived. Well, the first, because we arrived at night, so this was the second day technically, but it was the first full day, and it really set the tone for the whole vacation. I was so pumped. I was so like, I felt so inspired, and I love history, you guys. I love it so much. I am so glad that we visited the house where it all started. I hope this video wasn't too long. I'm so sorry if you guys felt like it was too long, but if you made it all the way up till here, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really hope you do and you join the fam. For you guys who are returning, thank you so much for always watching my videos and supporting this channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!